In part 3 of the Cube Character Farm series, we'll be creating a basic pig. Be sure to check out part 1 for the introduction to the series and a review of the tools we'll be using. First off, we'll be setting up the multi-view workspace. Go to the corner of the view area and hover until you see a plus sign. Then click and drag to split the view in half. Select the corner again to split the left side in half. In the lower left panel, click the 3 key on the number pad to switch to a right view. In the upper left panel, click on the 1 key on the number pad for a front view. We'll use the right side panel as our main work area. The benefit of using a multi-view is that when you make a change in any panel, you'll also be able to see the relative change in the other panels, allowing you to make adjustments without constantly changing views in a single panel. Also, you'll see in the corner of the right side panel the profile of the pig we'll be creating. Okay, start with the base cube. We'll expand along the y-axis to create the body. Duplicate to make the first part of the head. Duplicate the cube, expand it a bit to make a square. To rotate exactly 45 degrees, click the R key for rotate, then X to constrain along the x-axis, type in 45, then hit enter. Click on the S key to scale and move into place. Next we'll size along the x-axis to match the width of the head. As you can see, by working in a multi-view, you can work in one panel while viewing the other panels and be able to place the object right where you want them. Next, we'll duplicate a cube to make the snout. Size down. To rotate exactly 45 degrees, click on the R key, then Y to constrain along the y-axis. Type in 45 and hit enter. Then size along the y-axis and move into place. Next up, we'll create the mouth. Duplicate the rotated cube. In the center drop-down menu at top, we'll switch the transform orientation from global to normal. Global orientation is relative to the global viewport. Normal sizes along the object's normals, which allows you to transform in relation to the object. As we work, we'll switch back and forth between these orientations depending on the need. Rotate and move into place. Next up is the ears. Duplicate a cube. Size. Move, rotate, move into place, duplicate, rotate. Then we'll select both ears and rotate forward. Next, we'll be working on the legs. Duplicate a cube to make the upper part of the front leg. Duplicate and size to create the lower part of the front leg. Duplicate to create the upper part of the rear leg, and then duplicate to create the lower part of the rear leg. Rotate the legs. Then we'll make some refinements. Move the legs into place. Next, we'll add the hooves. Duplicate, size, move into place. Dupe for the back leg. Move the legs into place. Next, we'll switch to top view and expand the width of the back legs. Now we'll add the curly tail. Duplicate in size. Move into place. Duplicate and rotate. Duplicate and rotate, switching back and forth between the global and normal orientations. Next up is the eyes. Duplicate the head cube. Size down. Move into place. Duplicate for the pupil. Move into place. Then duplicate and move to add the opposite eye. Next, we'll collapse the multi-view. Click in the corner of each panel, then drag on top of the other to collapse. Next, we'll add a plane for the pig to stand on. And that completes the base model of the pig. Next up is lighting. In the upper right, click on the icon to switch into render view. You'll see a default light. Switch to top view by clicking on 7 on the number pad. Duplicate the default light and move. On the Light tab in the Properties panel, we'll give the light a boost by increasing the watts setting. Duplicate more lights and move into place. Duplicate a couple more and move the lights into the corners. And there you have some basic lighting. Next up is coloring with materials. Select a cube on the pig. Go to the Materials tab on the Properties panel. There's a material applied by default. We'll rename it to pink and change the color. Next, we'll change the color of the hooves by creating a gray material color. And then apply to each hoof. Create a material color for the eye. And then for the pupil. And apply the color to the opposite eye. Lastly, we'll apply a green material to the plane the pig is standing on. To remove some of the glare from the plane, you can reduce the specular levels. And that completes the Cube Character Form Series Part 3, Creating a Basic Pig. In Part 4 of the series, we'll be creating a cow. Check it out for more practice using Blender Basics. We'll see you there.